Okay, notice that 3 whole notes is really just 2 whole steps. So we've got 3 whole notes, a half step, 3 whole notes, a half step, and 3 whole notes. All right? And the 6 actually goes to the 7, so you could do, you know, a real long string from the 4th. You could do 4 of them. Now that would be your Lydian 4th, wouldn't it? Okay. So it's a strange 4th, but that's what the Lydian 4th is. You don't hear a lot of that in rock and roll. You just hear, you know, 1 and then to 4, you know, or 4/7, like 1, that kind of thing. So where were we? Oh yeah, we got the long pattern here, okay, and that came from the 7L diagram. We don't have time to go back and show where that came from. So what it is we want to start the patterns and move them to the right, away from the fret nut. Okay, that'll be here. Pretty much it'll be here. But then up here it'll be here, right? Because it's a repeat. It's a repeat. So now, if we start on the 7, we're going to go straight up to the 5. You see, we don't have to go back and get that 5. Okay, now if we wanted to go down from there, yeah, we might run into a problem if this is the if this is the open note. So if that was the open note, if E was the open note and we were, let's say, in the key of F, okay, first of all, you wouldn't be able to go, there are no strings below the lowest string, so that wouldn't happen. You know, but there are other instances. For instance, if that was the top note, the top leading tone to F, okay, now of course you'd have a warped situation at that point where this stuff would be actually over that way, 1. All right, let's see if we can find out what's going on there. All right, so we would get this situation if it was warped. This would immediately be out of play. Okay, if this was the E, the high E, this would be out of play. So you really can't go downward with this particular discussion that we're dealing with this pattern stack. So how would you go downward from the 7? I'm not sure right now. Except to go up from the 7 and then back down, you may end up on this 7. It might be wiser to do that. So if we're playing an F, because if this is E, this is F, right? There's E, the 7, an octave above. All right, so let's not dwell on the long pattern stack, okay? Because that's not the main focus of this chart. I'm just saying you would use this pattern stack if you're down in the open notes or there's a capo there, okay? That we covered before. Now we've got a rule here or something here. What is this? Why can't I get this? It says easy hard. Oh, we got the easy horizontal rule. This is great. All right, the easy horizontal rule. Okay, this is just a repost. We had the lesson yesterday about the easy horizontal rule. We can just review that right quick, and then we'll get on to what this is about. Oh, this, it looks like a bird's nest, right? The easy horizontal rule says that, let's say we're starting a pattern, okay, and so we're on the third, the sixth, the second would be the, let's say the second is the D, okay, the D string, and we go 2, 3, 4 like that, right? 2, 3, 4, and we want to go to the 5, 6, but we don't feel like going up to the next string for one reason or another. We just want to play sideways. We want to get somewhere. We want to change. We want to slide along the thing. So here it is. When you play this 2, 3, 4, the horizontal rule says, let's see if we can get the horizontal rule. Come on, horizontal rule. Easy horizontal rule. Each line up of the S4L is a repeat, or any pattern is a repeat of the line horizontally to the right on the same string, separated by a whole step. Okay, on the S4L it's a whole step. Okay, on the S3XL it would be separated by a half a step. You see the difference? The little interval in between here would be the interval on the same string. Alright, so 2, 3, 4, then skip a whole step would be 5, 6. Okay, but the thing is, the easy rule says that here's the 2, 3, 4. Now I go down a string, okay, but up a whole step on that string, I get the same exact pattern. Okay, so since I get the same pattern there, I can do the 5, 6 from there instead of alright, so that's how the pattern migrates horizontally. So if I wanted to just repeat it, it would be invisible. I can make it invisible. And then it would go something like, okay, so that's how you can bring a pattern over horizontally. You just play the next scale position up. Not like I can't find. You got to know what the next line up is, right? You got to know what the next line up is. In this case, from 2, 3, 4, it was 5, 6. You got to know that, right? We want to know that. But it's repeated over here. So that's how we get it. We just continue the thing a whole step over. You know, now that was always obvious to me, that I could continue any pattern line. These are the lines. 5, 6 is a line. 6, 7 R is a line. I knew I could continue any pattern line on the same string, but what I didn't realize was that on the string below that, so let's look at our 2, 3, 4 down here. 2, 3, 4. There's 5, 6 above it. Okay, and this is part of the S3L pattern. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, right? 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 above it. I knew I could skip a whole step and do the 5, 6 there, but I didn't realize the 2, 3, 4 was always there. An exact replica of the pattern. So that's the horizontal rule. How to move horizontal? The pattern's going to be syncing one line per repeat of the pattern. So you just play the pattern down below a little bit further. And that's the same principle of these using the longer patterns here to get the notes that are hidden behind the fret nut here. You know, the cant plays. The cant plays down there. Now what do we have here? Have an octave rule that's similar. Root goes to root. Okay, this is a precursor of this next stuff here. 7 goes to 7. So you go, you're essentially, that's an octave. Over 2 and up 2 is an octave. That's the simple octave rule for